sensing devices to preoccupy your attention away from sort of these negative ruminations. I mean, that's kind of one way to think about it. Any thoughts or opinions on nootropics? Oh boy. Yeah, I was surrounded by a lot of neuroscientists and labs that were like really into this stuff. They tend to be more like the weed smokers and stuff, which I don't have a problem with. I'm not super into that stuff. I guess I use nootropics. It's called caffeine. I'm a pretty big caffeine drinker. I drink tea. I drink coffee. Drink Diet Coke sometimes. That's a pretty powerful mental stimulant if you think about it, and you can run into problems with drinking too much of it. I know there's a lot of nootropic substances that basically blend caffeine and other things together. I don't know. I'm kind of more conservative on that stuff. Weed smoker, here you got me a little. Yeah, there's a type. I was friends with. I was friends with a guy at in LA. He tried to start. He was in nootropics. I think he started his own. He tried to start his own weed company, delivery company. This is almost 5 years ago. I don't know when the laws changed, but he was trying to get on that train early. But he now just does. I think he does like he's basically somebody who reviews grants for some private philanthropy organization. But yeah, he just popped in my mind. But anyway, yeah, let me let me stimulate my brain here. Let me type in nootropics. Because I'm kind of blanking on what else goes into these things. They tend to, I guess the problem is they tend to be these unregulated combination of chemicals, and I think some people are more cool with that, just like jumping on any sort of roller coaster and seeing what happens. That's fine. Maybe I have a sensitive physiology, and I'm worried I'm gonna have like a headache for 3 days and be nauseated, but yeah, let's see what else they put in this stuff. Holy crap, they put levodopa in this? No way. It's hard too, because I know there's like really varying dosage levels. Like sometimes these dosage levels are so small. A lot of these neurotransmitters or neuroactive chemicals can have weird effects with different dosages. Like they can have almost inverse effects. So I did ICU work in residency, and in the ICU, I'm gonna blank. It's been so long. It's I don't remember. But there was definitely there's definitely drugs. You put patients on drips. Is it just dopamine? I don't remember anymore. But anyway, they almost have inverse effects. It's really weird. So there's some really complicated receptor behavior in our bodies. They're not just like voltage switches, like linear voltage switches. They're probably plugged into some dynamic network. And oh yeah, Paractum. Yeah, somebody else asked this in the Reddit. I'm glad you brought this one up. Let me just pull this up and let's look at it right now. Myoclonus, and it's a cognitive enhancer. Yeah, I actually didn't know this. It's a cyclic derivative of GABA. Okay, so the Wikipedia answer, aka the man, capital T, capital M, says evidence supported is unclear. Some studies shows modest benefits, showing minimal to no benefit. Whatever. Let's keep reading. Oh yeah, Cochrane review. That's something a lot of doctors use. Not enough evidence to support for dementia and cognitive problems. So for some reason, people think it does have effects on cognition. Let's see what the heck it actually does. What is it? We're getting deep into neuropharmacology. Yeah, honestly, I didn't do any research on this stuff. My PhD, this is all from med school, so I'm not sure how much I'm gonna have to say on this stuff. But um, all right, let's just keep looking here. Reported popular as a so a lot of students. It apparently got started getting popular according to one paper um, with students. It has no DNI in Canada, but cannot be sold or imported. But in Japan, it's approved as a prescription drug. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, all the different countries are almost like little independent experiments. Sometimes, like the EU has their own FDA regulatory agency. One of the older nootropics around. I like to play League on. Oh, I like it. I like that you have a fucking regimen. You have a routine. You have a cocktail. This is good. Okay, I want to see this cocktail. You like to play it on caffeine. This thing, which I still don't have a good way to think about it. They say it's a derivative of GABA. Oh, I see. So it's related to anticonvulsants. Oh, that's interesting. Anticonvulsants are really complex. Like they're not well understood. So that makes me a little more open-minded. There are some drug mechanisms that are like kind of more clear and straightforward. I don't think anything's super clear, but anticonvulsants. And then L-theanine, which is a amino acid. Let me look that up just to make sure I'm not missing anything on that. It's a stack. I love the stack terminology. It's like a software stack. A bunch of imported libraries. Oh, cool. Examine.com. Yeah, so it's a amino acid. Yeah, but why are people taking it? It's an essential amino acid, if I recall, but who knows? I learned amino acids, I think, 4 times between my degree, and I forgot them every time. I don't know, the things you memorize arbitrarily, which kind of always, chemistry always seemed like that to me, but I'm curious so pharmacodynamics. Oh, so it increases serotonin, dopamine, GABA, and glycine levels in various areas of the brain, as well as brain-derived new something factor. I forget what the N stands for. Nootropic maybe, and then NGF levels. Yeah, what does it stand for? Yeah, neurotrophic factor. Okay. Okay, cool. So there's a bunch of brain effects this amino acid has. At least on the levels of neurotransmitters. That makes sense. That's cool. Oh, cool. It gets rid of from caffeine. Oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense actually. So caffeine might deplete your neurotransmitter levels, and then it stimulates production of more of them. That's interesting. Wow. You're a drug dealer, man. You're talking me into this stuff. That's cool. Yeah, I'm just sort of a recipient at this point. I don't really have anything to say. I'm curious what this cognitive enhancement study is. Let's open this up. If it's two, let's go down to the discussion conclusion. So yeah, this is just talking about how it's present in a lot of dietary supplements. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of complex chemicals in a lot of things we eat and ingest. So, I mean, I kind of like, who knows, man. The biochem is. I don't have any certainty about any of that stuff. So, if it works, good on you, man. I can't help supporting or bolstering your thing. I can just. It's interesting to learn, though. It totally is. When am I planning to go offline? What time is it? 8:20. Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm on Pacific time, so I don't know what time it is over there. Um, I don't know. I don't have a plan today. This kind of happened. I kind of posted something, I responded for a while and I fell asleep. I woke up, I did some stuff, and I was like, oh, this is blowing up. So, um, I don't know. I'll probably come back tomorrow though. Um, I might take a little break. I might just I might lose all my viewers here, but I might try just playing some games and looking at Reddit um, more casually. Um, yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for breaking that down for me. It's that stuff is kind of dense sometimes for me when I look at the nootropic stuff. I kind of get overwhelmed by chemical names I don't really know, and I mean, 'cause the thing is, like in med school, they teach you these like classes of drugs. So the things that are, when I hear a drug name, there's a suffix or something that lets me categorize it, and then it's associated with specific pathophysiology, and so it's not. If you get outside that wheelhouse for me, I don't. Even that stuff, I haven't prescribed anything in years either. So the fact that I remember even any of that stuff, but if you get outside that with the alternative, I'm just, I'm kind of just everybody else, along with everybody else. Supplement knowledge, by the way, not buying supplements. Oh yeah, thanks for clarifying. Oh yeah, let's just check that out right now, since you mentioned it. I just don't want to forget to do that later. Um, Piracetam. Oh, wow, I spelled that incorrectly. Piracetam. Okay. Um, Racetam, yeah. So enhances cellular membrane fluidity. Ooh. I don't know what that means. Cellular membrane fluidity. Does it make it more porous? I'm not sure what that means. Does it make receptor proteins more easy to insert? I'm curious what they mean by that. This person says healthy people experience little narcotic benefit, but you're saying you can make yourself unhealthy by blasting yourself with caffeine and then repairing yourself with this stuff. So I know you're talking about L-theanine in particular, but it's kind of interesting to think that you could. It's like stacking trade-offs. It's kind of like it's like how a lot of magic systems work, right? It's all trade-offs, and then you figure out a way to make up for the thing you traded off with something else. Maybe I'm being influenced right now. I recently was reading the Dresden novels, which I've been meaning to read for a really, really long time. So some all my metaphors are about wizards and magic spells. So Piracetam has a history of being used to treat cognitive impairment, improves general cognition when it's supplemented in people with stated cognitive decline, comes with aging. Yeah, that's really rough. I mean, I can't imagine. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get old and my brain's slipping. I mean, I think my brain, I kind of wonder sometimes if my brain's slipped in comparison to how it was when I was younger. It feels like it sometimes already, but yeah, I'd be willing to try whatever. So I don't think the regulatory agencies are trying to get in people's way of doing that. I think they're trying to stop. There's some real predatory behavior out there trying to make a buck off stuff people. So anyway, check out nootropics sometime, whole community of us. Yeah, man, I might be good on caffeine and lots of foods. I sound like a square, but that sometimes is too much for me. But maybe it's because I'm not being sophisticated enough. I mean I like how you describe the compensation of the effects of caffeine with L-theanine. It totally makes sense neurochemically from what I understand too. So maybe I'll start slow. Maybe I'll start with like one L-theanine. That one, that's amino acid. That's nothing. I could do that. So I'll work my way into it. I'm probably in a year I have like a 20 chemical stack. Yeah, cool. No, I learned something tonight. That was kind of nice. I appreciate it. Um, oh, it's interesting. Prevent blood clotting, uh, like aspirin. Yeah, there's a lot of weird things that prevent blood clotting, and I don't think it's well understood. Like ACE inhibitors, which they give for blood pressure, prevent your blood from like spiraling out of control and throwing a clot, and so it's reduced. It ends up with preventing people from getting strokes as frequently, which thrombotic strokes. But that stuff they don't. I don't know. The chemistry of thrombosis is pretty complex, even though there's a lot that's characterized. How much food? How much does food affect